Okay, this is my second time taping this, and I'm going to try and get it out without any rambling or any of that. Okay, so let's get to it. So today is 9/11, and I've been trying to get around to this video like all day, but I've been doing my motherly duties and I've had some distractions. They were good distractions, but distractions nonetheless. So, anywho, I didn't even realize that 9/11 was coming, right? And earlier this week, I believe, well, within the last 7 days or so, I started thinking about 9/11. And I was thinking, I started thinking about, I have, better yet, I was having flashbacks. That's what it was. That's what we can call it. I was having flashbacks. I remembered people throwing items like chairs and stuff out of the windows so they can break the windows before jumping out of the tower to their demise. You know what I'm saying? I remember the very famous photo of the lady that was covered in soot. I remember watching her walk down the street and the moment that she turned towards the camera to even get snapped. Like, I remember, and the reason why I remember so vividly. I was in the kitchen with my now, she'll be 22 next month. And it was just before her first birthday. And we were sitting there watching Sesame Street. And I remember that we were sitting there and we having fun and we singing the songs or whatever was going on at the time. And all of a sudden, everything stopped and went to the towers. You know what I'm saying? And I really wasn't, my brain was not registering what was going on, like, at all. It seemed so surreal. You know what I'm saying? So I started flipping the channels because my brain is still not getting it that this is real. Like, we had never seen anything on our soil. Well, I haven't even heard of anything on our soil at that point going down, like war, terrorism, any of that. Like, it was like, what? So as I'm flipping the channels and I got my baby on my hip and I'm just sitting here like, oh my God, what is going on? And from channel to channel to channel, I'm just watching all of these different news anchors chiming in, and the cameras are set on the buildings and everything that's going on, from the people jumping, and it was just pure mayhem that was going on. And with those memories made me realize that I, as well as the rest of the country, that was a traumatic experience for us. Because, I mean, if you think about it, the children under us really don't understand the amount of trauma that we seen. Because after that, we never was open to, how should I say this? After that, we didn't see any more journalists going to the actual war sites, like going to Libya and all of that stuff. And the journalists were getting caught up as prisoners of war and different things. So we don't actually get the raw footage that we used to get. And 9/11, watching those people throwing themselves from those buildings, it was really deep. And I really feel like, as a country, we really haven't sat down. We talked about it and we've skimmed over it. But to really think about how we were personally affected, each and every one of us, by the things that were seen or the things that we went through personally, parents dying, mates dying. Like, I think we still have a lot of things to work through. We kind of bury everything, and we kind of say, oh, okay, I'm over it. I'm strong. I can do it. Let's, just get up and go to work tomorrow. Just get up and, no matter what happens to us in our lives, on a personal level or as a whole, like this whole country really suffered something that day. And for me to be having very vivid flashbacks of those moments, I know that there's other people that may be taking it even worse. So my heart goes out to all of you, anybody who may have been affected, or maybe even the people who feel like they weren't affected really. But I think my question to everybody right now is just, how do you feel like you were affected? What about that day shifted your life? And I'm sure that there's no one can say that it shifted their life in a good way per se, but to be honest with you, all of these years, I've never even thought about it really. I mean, like, I thought about it and I glossed over it, and it was like, oh, there was something deep that happened. But I never really checked in with myself to see how I felt mentally, emotionally, anything. And for me to be having flashbacks of those really raw moments means that there's some healing to do somewhere. So if anybody would like to share their stories or their moments, please do. And I know it's a few minutes before midnight and 9/11 will be over, but still, let me know how you feel.